Why are you carrying a cross from Riverside to San Diego, and how did this come about?
To raise awareness for children with cancer and get people to act. Last year we did it, and we were able to raise money and raise awareness, and most importantly spread the gospel. This year we hope to do the same thing, but this time implement more action.
What does carry their cross mean?
Carry their cross, taking it from the Bible, helping each other carry the burdens that we go through in life. Many of us have different paths and different crosses we carry. Sometimes you get good days, sometimes you get bad days. Sometimes you're going through storms, sometimes the sun is shining. It's during those moments when, our cross isn't as heavy as it can be, where I want to try to get people to make a difference. I want people to be able to use that time they do have to try to help children with cancer, to make a difference.
What is the goal for Crosswalk 2014, and how does it differ, if at all, from last year's walk?
Same thing, raise awareness for children with cancer.
I think from our discussions, the focus this time is going to be a lot more toward the action of it and the things that people can do. We started out with that goal last year as well, but it did become quite a bit about trying to raise money, and this time we want to shift our focus primarily to blood drives, to volunteerism, to coming up with the little ways that people can support families with the child affected by cancer. So a lot of the, I guess the narrative is going to shift and become as little as possible about money. We're going to offer that as an option, but we really want to encourage the action, that there's something you can do, because sometimes people go into it and they hear about it and they hear about awareness. They don't go beyond that to actually taking the action, and then a lot of times people are reluctant because it is their hard-earned money and they don't want to part with that, or they have their bills to pay and they really think twice about it. But how much does each of us have to give in other ways? We all have 30 minutes a day that we can just sit down and do something, or a week, or we can all spend a few minutes praying for a family, or we can give blood. It takes a couple hours, right, to give like platelets or blood, like an hour, of your time. If you just go once a month or every couple months whenever they allow it. These are all things that we can do. We want to really, I guess, push people outside of the box or whatever they're thinking, that support only comes in the way of money, and that's not true. There's so many things that can be done.
Now, last year you were handing out pamphlets with different ways that people can help. Are you going to be doing the same this year?
Yes.
Yes, they're going to be pretty much the same. We're just going to update a little bit. We're going to have a different link, I believe, for the option to donate, which we could talk more about in a little bit, but for the most part, they're going to be the same. We found that it was a really great tool, actually, for people to be able to go and talk to Ruben and then be able to walk away with something tangible to be able to refer to later.
Are you concerned about your safety during this journey?
No.
Why not?
God is with me.
Yes, I agree. That question comes up for me sometimes as his wife. He's miles and miles away, but there's just that comfort that when God calls you to do something, He's going to provide a way. And I have even more comfort this year from last year, because there were several instances where we were like, oh my goodness, he's facing this certain terrain or certain circumstances, and there we go. Larry Spoo comes to mind, where he just showed up with his sign, his sign to help direct the traffic right when Ruben needed him the most. And that's what God does. He will send the help. He will send whatever Ruben needs. I have faith in that.
Ruben,